For Mandalay Casino and Resort at Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas. It's the Geary, Stein, and Steven show with your co-host, Troy Geary. And yes, even Will Stein is here. And of course, your host, fresh off his one-man, legless tribute to Elvis Presley, the hardest working man in show business this week, Dave Stevens.
We will get right to it. Bring Troy in, who's sitting over next to me, and of course, let's also bring in our guest. There she is, and we'll let you introduce. I'll kind of run down. This is Bonnie-Jill Laflin. She's I don't know how to describe her. You do a bit of everything. Been on TV, first female NBA scout, sports reporter, TV personality, charity, and now author. So author Bonnie-Jill Laflin joining us here at Radio Row. She's got a new book that's, I guess it's due to come out fairly soon.
February 20th.
Yeah. So a league of her own. And tell us a little bit about what this book is.
Yeah, so I wanted to be able to not just tell my stories, being the first and only female scout in the NBA, but also be able to tell the stories of all the female firsts. You know, the Billie Jean Kings, the Layla Ali's, the Danica Patricks, Nancy Lieberman, Melissa Stockwell. Be able to show the first females that have paved the way and shattered the glasses.
And so, it's such a big deal and a big book. How did you go about picking the greatest moments?
It was tough. I basically had an interview with for each chapter with each lady, and it was everything from like a half hour to an hour, and a lot of them just kind of unveiled different stories about themselves and sacrifices, and then I had to then from there try to break down the interview and then break it into chapters. It was just a lot.
Yeah, like I said, you did a lot of stuff with the NBA Scout, all that stuff, and you also were a cheerleader, broadcaster. I just can't believe all the different levels of you've been on both sides. So just seeing everything, being on one side and the other, just kind of tell you you see a different perspective as far as like a fan base or being a cheerleader or broadcaster?
Yeah, I think for me, it's like to have the longevity in this industry. And so you have to kind of keep pivoting and being able to be very versatile. And so for me, when it comes to the broadcasting world, to be able to write, to be able to edit, to be able to shoot, to be able to produce, to be able to be on your talent. And then for me, I think being a cheerleader, but, that wasn't going to be the end all be all, right? So we don't make a lot of money to say that. So I wanted to be able to then from there, be in the front office. And I got my chance to do that with the Lakers for 13 years. But then I wanted to get back on air, and for me, it's just I've always been kind of like the different feeling off, wearing different hats, and I guess I enjoy it all. But I think at the end of the day, that's why I've been successful enough and honored enough to be able to stay in this, in this wild industry.
Well, let's get serious here for a second as far as talking about trying to be an NBA scout, which is a male-dominated sport. To get that credibility where they gave you that respect and said, oh, what's a woman going to know about basketball?
Yeah.
And they've never played, and how can they scout? So what were some of those challenges that you went through during that phase?
Yeah, definitely. Great question. I started actually for a whole year, if you believe it or not, I did not get paid. So I did it for a whole year and to kind of prove myself, and I was on air as well. So that was like my job. And then I was scouting, and at the time it was Pac-10, which now there's not even any Pac-10 or Pac-12, and then Big 12 conferences. And I was going all over the country finding players, and then I would come back with my scouting reports, and Mitch Kupchak loved my reports, and they signed me to a 5-year deal, another 5-year deal. But it was really tough, and I wanted to be accepted. So I would do funny things like when I would go with the other guys when we were scouting like the NBA pre-draft camp, I would put my hair up in up in my cap, and then wear like baggy Jordan sweats and kind of try to walk like I was a guy and try to act like I was one of the guys or a boy. And Brian Shaw was assistant coach, and he was like, "Why are you walking like that? Why are you talking all weird? Why are you? What are you wearing? Like, put your hair down." I'm like, "Well, I want to act like I'm one of the guys." And he's like, "You're not one of the guys. Be yourself. You know, as long as you're basketball, the credibility that'll come, the acceptance will come. Not right away, but it's going to come. Still be yourself and not try to be someone else." And as you grow older, you kind of embrace that, but in the moment, that was tough.
I mean, I gotta ask this. Does it suck sometimes to be attracted because people don't take you for
Absolutely.
who
Oh,
you
absolutely.
actually
Yes, absolutely. I think I know that sounds, like awkward to say that, like, oh, if you're attractive, oh, poor me. But it actually has hindered things. Certain jobs I haven't gotten because, oh, she's an attractive female. They don't let me speak. They don't let me, show my knowledge. And I think it takes a while for them to go, oh, so that's why being in this industry for so long, then you get the respect. But that is something that a lot of females deal with. Like if you're attracted, that oh, she's just a pretty face, you can't speak. And um, I think I think we're evolving, but I think that's something that we really dealt with before.
Where are we seeing women's sports go in the future? I mean, the WNBA is popular, and we are starting to see more and more female sports leagues, like for soccer and for
Yeah.
professional football and all those kind of things. So, are we at a good spot right now?
Yeah, I think we are. Look at Becky Hammond. Pop gave her that position, and then she took it to the Aces, right? But I think I could see her being a head coach of the NBA at some point. The guys, the players respect her. That's half the battle right there. You get the players. Like for me, like when I was scouting, I think Kobe at the time. He was so good. Kobe was so good in like telling me not to get discouraged. To kind of go through life with a chip on his shoulder, because that's how he was. He played with a chip on his shoulder. He goes, doesn't matter how far you come, still play with that that aggression. And so for me, I always like remembered him telling me that not to give up, to kind of almost respect the haters and almost like prove people wrong kind of attitude. And I think that's helped me, and I kind of live by that every day.
So, who's your role model? I mean, who did you try to? Was it Billie Jean King, Martina? Like, who did you have as a role model?
Nadia Comaneci is funny enough. I was obsessed with her. I don't know if you remember her, but I was obsessed with her. I watched the movie Nadia, and so I drive my parents crazy jumping on the sofa trying to like pretend I was her, and I just loved her. For me, she was like an icon, and then Mary Lou, obviously after her. So those were the ladies, because we didn't have, for me, I didn't have anyone to look up to if I wanted to, run a team, if I wanted to be a scout, if I wanted to be a coach, whatever. I didn't have that, and that's why I wanted to write this book, to show the younger ladies like there is a place for you, and here's the ladies who've done it, and that there is space for females to do things. Maybe not just on the field, like in a front office. It doesn't matter, right? That there's a place for them, and that was why it was really important that these women now have role models. Because I think I know I'm doing the right thing, and when people ask me what my why was, and then when I get like messages from young women and mothers saying, "Thank you so much, my daughter now knows, oh wow, they did this. I read their stories, and they can be themselves and be happy that they can dream and they can actually control."
Yeah, you also been a part of a charity that me and Dave also contributed with, Celebrity Softball Classic,
Yes.
TK Tim Club. Let's talk about that. You live in the area. That every year we go down to Frisco for that.
Yeah, it's so fun to be a part of it. TK does a great job of being able to bring all of us together and to be able to support the veteran community, the Wounded Warriors, and be able to also have the different celebrities who support our armed forces, like myself, and being able to mesh them together. And I think we have such a great time. Also, the football game, the flag football game that we played in together. I mean, all of that. For me, coming from a military family, it's so important. I've done 19 USO tours. That's when I started my own charities, because I wanted to be able to give back to our men and women in uniform after they came back from deployments. And so that's why we pair dogs up, service dogs and therapy dogs with our Wounded Warriors, and also we equine therapy, which is on our vans for disabled children, and for also different Wounded Warriors, combat veterans dealing with PTS, TBI, MBTs, you name it. For me, it's like always giving back. Like, I love my career, and I'm obsessed with my career, and married to my career. But at the end of the day, for me, it's giving back. That's a big passion of mine.
All right. Where do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to do?
The last thing I want to do, I just want to own the Dallas Cowboys and take them to the Super Bowl. that too much to ask?
That's a pretty good goal. I mean, you've done everything else, so why not push
I
Jerry
think
out
if
of
Jerry
there?
lets me, I always tell Jerry, let
Jerry.
me take over. We'll change this bad juju and we'll take it all the way.
But, Bonnie-Jill, in all seriousness, I was born without legs, but I say I want to leave my legacy. So what is going to be your legacy that you leave for women?
For women, I think it's just to be able to empowering young women to show that they're, like I said, not to reiterate myself, but just that there is a place for them, and that these little girls don't have to wonder, well, can I be a hockey player? Yes, Manon Rayom did that, and now we're seeing professional women's hockey league. Like every day we're evolving, we're growing, getting bigger, and I just love the fact that these women now have role models, and they can actually see that it can come to fruition.
All right. Well, the book, let's promote it one more time.
Thank you. Perfect. Yeah, no, there were some people we couldn't get. It's hard to be able to get everyone in this book, but if hopefully it does well, we're gonna do a second one,
a sequel.
Yeah.
As long as we continue to watch women's sports grow, there's a professional women's sports women's network that's going on now. We've got Laura Oakham running around.
Yes, I
here,
love it.
running
I'll be on her
group.
show later. Yeah.
So all in all, and it'll be wherever books are found. I don't even know where books are found.
Amazon,
other than Amazon,
and we're on
right?
the right now we're number one on new releases in Amazon, and then we've got and then Barnes and Noble, Walmart, and Target. Sorry, I lost my track. There's so many people here, as you guys know. It's like a reunion, so when you see people,
All right. Well, Bonnie-Jill, thank you for joining us. And again, that book, I can't wait to read it. We always make sure that we get our guests their books and we read it. And let me give you our gift. All of our guests get gifts thanks to our friend
awesome.
Kelly Williams.
Thank you.
This is from Serendipity Yachts, Cruises, and Events. And I'll give you a nice one in a box. That's just to show. To pose for a nice little picture.
Awesome.
But,
Perfect.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Of the book. Troy and I'll come back to talk a little bit about what's coming up this afternoon. You're watching Geary, Stein, and Stevens live from Radio Row.
Thank you.
Serendipity Yacht Cruises and Events wants you to come party with us in 2024. Mark your calendar for Saturday, May 4th, because we're calling all Star Wars fans with a costume contest and an awesome Star Wars prize. Then on Saturday, August 10th, it's a Hollywood Night of Dreams with music, games, contests, and surprises. Both parties will be at the beautiful South Shore Harbor Resort with amazing food, fun activities, live entertainment, and a cash bar, plus some additional surprises. Saturday, May 4th and Saturday, August 10th. Come party with us. SYCE. More than a yacht, it's serendipity.
Hi everybody, Dave Stevens here for the Geary, Stein, and Stevens Show from Tropicana Field, home of the Tampa Rays. And you know what? Not everybody can be a Major League Baseball player, but you can look like $1 million. What's the best way to do that? Well, go to freshcleanthreads.com. Don't believe me? That's right, you can look professional, feel good, and not spend a lot of money by wearing Fresh Clean Threads. They have amazing shirts. They've got Henleys and polos, long sleeves, and even bomber jackets. And if you like them, you can save some money by typing in the show code GSS Show from the Geary, Stein, and Stevens Show to save 20% off. So if you can't be a major leaguer and you want to dress like one, well, go to freshcleanthreads.com. That's freshcleanthreads.com. Tell them Dave sent you. Use that code GSS Show.
They can strike anytime or anywhere. You can have one while giving a speech at your best friend's wedding or in the middle of your uncle's funeral. It's called a wingasm, and it occurs when you bet and win with MyBookie. And this football season, enjoy more wingasms than ever with new features like early cash out. So you can pull out and enjoy an early wingasm, then bet those funds immediately. Tired of waiting all day for your money? We've increased the speed of bet settlement. And with enhanced game lines and live betting and streaming, you can bet right up until kickoff, then place more bets during the game. Oh, and what would a new season be without our $100,000 Survivor contest? And a super contest with a cash pot of $250,000. Have more wingasms, more often with MyBookie.
All right, welcome back to Radio Row. thanks again to our sponsors, especially my bookie now. That's the thing that people are going to be hitting up all the parlays. We had a great guest on yesterday with Raphael tell us all about the point spreads and everything. So, but we also want to talk about now, Troy. I'm having a fun time trying to say this name. So the proper way, we got to learn it. Fratellanza.
Yeah, these Italian names are really hard to pronounce, but you break it down, that's the best thing.
So we've got them here, and now our friends at La Fratellanza are also offering. If you use the GSS show code of GSS20, you can get 20% off of these cigars that are just coming out. They're from the Dominican Republic. They're well-aged Dominican Cirillo. Again, you're more of a connoisseur of the tobacco and everything. It's an experience. It's one of a family, blood, or chosen men or women. It's a friendship. It's camaraderie. So we're extending you an invitation to come find it. You can go to www.lafratellanzacigars.com. And as we said, you can get that show code for 20% off of GSS Show. There's Troy and I. We weren't allowed to light them up in here, but we did have a little fun tasting them. So thank you to the boys up there. Again, it's nice to just kind of put them in your mouth, and you don't really have to inhale them, right? I mean, I've never been big on those, Troy.
We had some guys on our show, some of these old coaches, I won't say names, but they chew on cigars. That's their thing, so it's kind of interesting.
And we've got our other buddies, our other sponsors that have joined us from Incrediven, which are vending machines that, of course, they've got Skittles machines. They've got all kinds of things, and they can bring candy and food and everything to you. So it's really easy to have them be a part of your life. So check them out. And, of course, the other guys are iTattoo, which is an amazing process. And I think this is great, for fundraisers, for all kinds of things. You bring in the machine, and it puts in beautiful tattoos all over your face, all those things that you worry about. It's not just like face painting.
Let's be, read some between the lines. It is temporary, so you don't have to worry about looking like Post Malone.
Or Mike Tyson, who we might see walking around here.
This week too.
Yeah.
But his are real, so you don't want to turn into that guy. I mean, you might want to, but those are temporary airbrush tattoo, and will change the world by color.
Yeah, and if you want to visit any of these locations to get them involved with your events or things, just go to incredibledividend.com. Let me pull that back up so you can see that. And, of course, iTattoo.com. So we thank them for that. And it's been a busy morning, Troy. I think you're about to head over to go see the CBS guys that are actually doing the game with Romo and all those guys, huh, bud?
Yeah, first I'm going to go to the 49ers press conference. Kyle Shanahan, Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, some other guys. So I'll have some interviews from them. And then, the CBS talent press conferences. We get to talk to Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson, Gene Sarator, Bill Cowher, James Brown. You got Phil Sims, Boris Dyson, Abe Burleson. So all those guys will be there. And, then tonight we're having our 100th episode party. So if you're in Vegas, everybody head over to Santa Fe Casino at Stallone's Geary. Brad Rainbow, star of Tank, owns that restaurant. And we're going to bring some friends along. Dave, let's give him a little teaser. Give him a name.
Yep, and in about 8 minutes, we're going to have Brian Billick sit down with us and join us. And we got Nick Lowry, and we've got Randy Grimes and Laura Oakham sometime later this afternoon. And then, of course, we'll be at Stallone's, Stuff in Our Faces, Kenny Mayne, Patrick Mahoney, Glover, all these guys. It's going to be fun. 100 episodes, Troy. Can you believe we did it?
Yeah, I mean, it's, when you asked me a while ago if we'd have 100 in less than 2 years, I would say you're nuts. But.
And we got Kathy Ireland coming up at the end of the week. And, again, we're working with so many great people out here. Thanks to Your Home TV. We've got Kelly Williams, who is doing all kinds of great interviews with folks you may not see on our show. You're going to want to see with her. It's all about that fun demographics and being a family. So go to Your Home TV, download that app. It's on Roku. You can watch us and see these shows and all the other shows that we've done and the future shows and all the great guests that we're gathering. So thank you for your support. And thank you for your continued love as far as following us on the Disability Channel. Thanks to MyBookie. Thanks to D3. I'm going to stop thanking people, Troy. We'd be here another 18 minutes. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to have stuff action-packed another day, and we'll be setting out some shows tonight. So look for that.
And we still owe you guys last night.
And editing, and I mean, it's a process here. So just they'll be out shortly.
Yeah, so follow us, continue to follow us. We'll get it out. We promise we're doing good stuff. So for Troy, myself, and wherever Will Stein is, this is Dave Stevens. We'll see you in a few minutes with Brian Billick. Take care.
Thank you for watching the Geary, Stein, and Stevens Show from Super Bowl 58. You can watch all of the episodes at yourhometv.com or download the Your Home TV app on Roku. Follow the boys on all social media and podcast apps.
Gonna go in a minute. Yeah. Are you going to